Has Generation Jones been unfairly erased from the cultural conversation despite shaping modern society more than the Boomers or Gen X ever did? They're the crossover generation. Born between 1954 and 1965, Generation Jones sits in the shadow zone between Boomers and Gen X. Often overlooked, but quietly influential. They were too young for Woodstock, too old for grunge, and came of age during gas shortages, rising divorce rates, and the dawn of personal computing. Unlike the optimistic Boomers before them, Jonesers grew up more skeptical, hustling through recessions and watching promises unravel. The term Generation Jones comes from the slang jonesing, craving something just out of reach. It speaks to their experience, raised on high expectations but handed economic uncertainty. They were the first generation to expect more, but get less. They're also the last analog generation and the first to adapt to digital. Nearly 60% of them learned computers as adults, and today, they lead in small business ownership among all age groups. Here's a surprising stat. Generation Jones holds the highest voter turnout rate in U.S. elections. Quiet power, exercised strategically. The best thing about being Generation Jones? Adaptability. They've lived through vinyl, 8 tracks, cassettes, CDs, and streaming, typewriters to smartphones. They know how to dream like Boomers and survive like Gen X. There would be no Gen X without Gen Jones holding little brother and sister X by the hand. And they don't need to shout to shape the world, they've been doing it behind the scenes for decades. Are you part of Gen Jones? The greatest generation in American history. How do you feel about being skipped over when it comes to the generation cultural conversation? Leave it in the comments. Please like, share, and follow.